Hi, I'm Stephen Ham from Archery Supplies in Adelaide, and it's 42 degrees here today, and we're going to open up the new Hoyt Redworks bow. It's the new carbon bow from Hoyt. The bow I've got in is the RX-1. The bow comes in three models, the RX-1, the 35-inch and the turbo version. The turbo is 350 feet per second, the RX-1 is 340 feet per second, and the 35-inch is 330 feet per second. Now the RX-1 is 32 inches axle-to-axle, retails in Australia around the 2,000 to the 2,100 mark, making it the most expensive of the hunting compound bows on the market. Now on that point, this bow is not aimed at the budget conscious archer. This is aimed at someone who money is really no object. So someone who's like, yeah, look, money's not an object to me, I just want the best. That's what this bow is aimed at. So this bow could be $3,000 and it wouldn't matter to that customer. So people come in my shop and they go, I want a really good bow. And I go, what's your budget? Oh, I want something really good. And I go, what's your budget? And they go, 100 bucks. It's like, yeah, right. This is not what this bow's about. This is top of the line stuff. So let's have a look. Now, first off, when Hoyt did their release of this bow, they showed a picture of the box. The box looks cool in black with the red writing, like hats off to them. Hoyt, excellent in marketing. They do an excellent job in their films, their videos, the presentation of the bow. Fantastic work. Now, I'm not a Hoyt distributor. I'll say that up front. Hoyt have never had me as a Hoyt distributor, even when I was the only dealer in a state, so take from that what you will. This is the cap that comes with. It's the RX Redworks cap. Nice little cap, black baseball cap. It comes with a soft bow case. Now, strangely enough, the bow's not inside it, which I think is pure stupidity. But anyway, it comes with a nice case. It's nicely padded. It's got Redworks on the side. The case is probably worth around 80 bucks. But why you don't ship the bow inside the case, stupidity. Sorry, but it is. This is the bow. It comes packed in bubble wrap. There's manuals at the bottom of the box, and I think there's a plastic, I haven't gone down the bottom there, but I think there's one of those plastic things for your wrist, a rubber band for your wrist. This is the bow. Now with 2018, I think Hoyt have come a long way in a short period of time. I think this is a great product, and I'm going to just take some things on this. The first thing I looked at was the draw length variation with this bow, because before I've criticized Hoyt, because let's say my draw length is 28.5, which it is. They had bows which went from 28.5 to 27, then 29 to 30. Which bow do I buy? The 29 or the 28.5? If I get the 28.5 and I just want to go a little bit longer, then I'm stuffed. So I criticized Hoyt on that. Now with this bow, their draw length goes from 28 to 30 inches or 29 to 31 inches. I think that draw length range, and there's also a shorter version of 28 to 24.5 to 28 inches. I think those draw length ranges are excellent. They give you plenty of room for growth. When you go to sell the bow, you've still got a good range of people to target when you go to sell the bow. So I think that's excellent. Now with Hoyt, they always produce a quality product, and they always look $1 million. The Redworks here is no exception. It comes in a whole heap of different camos options. I would have just got the standard, I got standard Realtree. It also comes in a black, and in the Target version, what Hoyt have done for 2018 is really smart. They've got the option of different color limbs, so you can go for black limbs, white limbs, red limbs, blue limbs, and maybe even orange limbs. Orange I'm making up, but I think it is available. The limb pockets, full machined limb pockets, you'd expect that for a $2,000 bow. This is the little thing that limbs bolts go into. Awesome, that's what you should have. The limb pivots are full machined, which is excellent. These little things here are just rubber dampeners. They just absorb a bit of vibration. They're good. Now the cams on this bow, it's a hybrid cam system, I think. I don't know. It's got a standard yoke system at the top here with a rotating module. Now you're familiar with that on all the Hoyts. the hybrid cam system is what they've used for a number of years. So basically, to change the draw length, you just rotate this module. But down the bottom, we have something completely different. It looks like, and I'm going to say, it looks like the PSC Evolve cam system down the bottom, but it's not. So you've got the twin yokes to balance the cam as you pull this bow back. And you're going, great system. Like, this is a great idea. The twin yokes, which you see just there, great system, right? You think, awesome. But hang on, there's an extra cable. There's this cable here. It's like, what's this cable for? Now, on the twin yokes, on the Evolve, you always have the same thing. It's just this looks a little bit, kind of looks a little bit funny off to the side. Now the tracks are different on this. So the yoke down the bottom here, it tracks straight, but then as you pull it back, it pulls in towards the cam. That's got to be something to do with cam rotation and cam alignment. It has to be. I don't know much about it, but the grooves in the string here are nice and wide. That's trying to stop the bow from being derailed when it's shot. When you torque the bow, nice and wide on the top. I'm hoping you can get that, but that's nice and wide on the top. Nice chunky cams. So I do like the yoke system. Now in 2017, the roller guides on the carbon Hoyts were flexible. Now as I understand it, they had some issues with them. So this year it's fixed. It's fixed in place, so it cannot move. Now what Hoyt have done here is it's served from that point there right up to the top. So the entire way that this cable is traveling on the roller, it's served. And the same with the other yoke system here. It's served right the way down to this strange little yoke system down the bottom here. Now that's to stop cable wear, and I think PSE should have added it to their lineup. To me, it's a must. Now what Hoyt have done with the Redworks this year is they put the arrow in the middle of the string. Now in doing that, it creates issues. It creates issues on balance. Now the Redworks bow is perfectly balanced in the hand. It doesn't, without stabilizers, it's perfectly balanced. Now apparently Hoyt have achieved that by adding more mass down the bottom here. And down the bottom here, these limbs are, I believe, 3.2 inches wide, and up the top, they're 2.6 inches wide, which to me is a little bit crazy. I don't understand, but that's what they've done, and it's created a nicely balanced bow in the hand to shoot. Now I haven't shot this bow, and we'll do that in a later video, but it feels nice to start with. Now the Hoyt Carbon Riser bows, this bow weighs 3.9 pounds, and to me it's a magical number, because the magical number I look for a good hunting bow is under 4 pounds or around the 4 pound mark, about 340 feet or faster in speed. This is 340, and I'm looking for about 32 inches axle to axle, because I'm looking for a forgiving bow to shoot, and they hit the mark with this at 32 inches. So I think Hoyt have done the adjustable draw length, tick. They've got your compression limbs that pull down, tick. Good cam system, tick. Nice looking bow, good. The weight's good, the balance is good. It's a good little system. Now on the limbs here, these little things at the top, these are definitely things. There's a bolt on the back here, and this is a little thing, so it clearly bolts this together, so when you dry fire this bow, the limbs don't blow apart. The yokes on the side are really nice. They're nicely shaped. I'm going to say it's metal on the side. I don't know if it's metal or plastic, but I think they are, to me, it's the best yoke system I've seen on a bow. I really like the shape and how it sits on the yokes. The cable guard, it has one cable guard slot there, which is actually connected through here to the string stop, which is a carbon rod, which is good, tick. And they've got the ability of a rear lower cable guard on the back of the same position here, tick. Awesome. Now with putting this string in the middle here, there's a hole which goes through the riser, which you can't see because the bow, whatever they call this thing, bow plate, bow riser, whatever it's called, is covered with rubber. Now that's covered for rubber so that when you drop your arrow or the arrow comes off the rest, it doesn't make a ding noise and scare the animal. It's a nice system. The Hoyt strings look nice, the bow looks nice. Just the attention to detail. This looks really high quality. This looks really nice here. Just little speckles and the red works down here. Hoyt have made a top-end product which looks like a top-end product. And to change the draw length, up here you need Torx. You can rotate it. You've got a string stop at the top and you just have it on matching letters. So E, and it should be E just there. Now the way they do this is a little pin, which you'll see in the E. That's the same as the way PSE does theirs. Now down the bottom, sorry, something splashed in the pool. I was like, what's going on? Is it a shark? Down the bottom here, you've got this twin system, which is a cable. Same system, same letters. Now the module down the bottom I really like. It's got two there and there, two Allen keys, which go into these nice deep pockets. Once again, you don't need a bow press to work on them. They're fully accessible and they just rotate around to the corresponding letter that you want, and you can see the letters are just inside there. So overall, do I like this bow? Absolutely I do. I think Hoyt have really gone all out. Now I did see a video from Hoyt about balancing this bow, and it should balance straight on the pivot point here. So let's just try and balance it on the pivot point, and you can see it doesn't. Now on the video, on the Hoyt video, it balances straight on that pivot point. You can see it's top heavy. Look, I don't know what that means. On the video I saw it balance, it doesn't here, but it's perfectly balanced in the hand there. Speed's good. I'm really interested to shoot this bow and see how it groups. But overall, I think this is a really nice product. Now up against this competition, I think really the competition for this bow, please tell me if I'm wrong, the competition for this bow is the machine riser version of this product, which is whatever it's called, and also the PSE Carbon Stealth. Now the Carbon Stealth, and I always compare products, is 3.2 pounds, this is 3.9, and it's 340 feet per second as well. This is 340 feet per second as well. It's got a rotating module, same as this, but it's got greater draw length adjustment and also let off adjustment. This bow does not have let off adjustment. I think it's 80% let off on this bow. Now, on the good things about this bow that Hoyt have put thought into, it's got your full specs on the bow just up the top here, which is string length, cable length, draw length, and all that stuff. On the other side, and this is new for me, just here, I'm hoping you can see it, it says what size each letter corresponds to on a draw length. I think, in my opinion, this should be standard on all bows to say what size draw length each letter represents, to make it easy for the consumer and easy for the dealer. There's nothing worse than working in an archery shop and you grab the bow for the customer and you go, what letter should that be on for 28 inches draw length? Because honestly, you've got 100 bows in your shop, you deal with heaps of bows, and you might sell a couple of these a year. This just makes life easy. Like, they've put some thought into this product. So overall, the Hoyt Redworks RX-1 I think is a fantastic looking bow. I think the price point is fine at the $2,000 mark because it's not aimed at a person on a budget. Hoyt, as far as I'm concerned, Hoyt have really gone out of the budget bows. They're into the top end market. They've given up on the, they've given up on the bottom end products. I don't think they're competitive on the bottom end products, but on the top end products, this bow competes extremely well against any other bow on the market, in my opinion, without even shooting it shooting groups with it or putting it through a chronograph, and that's what we need to do. We need to compare it against the other bows to see how it actually compares. But as far as finish is concerned, the way the bow looks, the way the bow feels, it looks great. Now the last point I want to make is the grip. Hoyt have changed their grip for 2018. This is their new grip, and Hoyt sing about it and say they've got the optimal shape here for the hand grip. And it does, it feels really, really comfortable. But Hoyt grips have always felt comfortable to me. And to me, Hoyt grips have always felt and looked really, really good. This grip to me kind of looks a bit cheap. It looks like a cheap plastic, which it probably is. It feels very narrow in the grip, but it feels comfortable, but it does feel a little bit narrow. And just on this point, I'm going to try and zoom in here, just in that point there, the grip is inside of the actual riser, so you get a lip on the riser. So at that point there, this is where your thumb is, there's a little ridge which sticks out. So your thumb, that's where your thumb sticks up. Your thumb seems to hit the metal riser. You know, that's me being picky, but heck, it's a good product and you've got to say something that's not right. I don't like that grip. I think the riser should be sticking out a little bit more, because I feel, without shooting the bow, I feel my thumb's going to come and hit that point just there like that, and it's going to hurt my thumb. But overall, the Redworks bow, if you're in the market for the top end, for a top end hunting bow, this is one I would definitely have a shot with and see what you think of it, and compare it to the other top end products, and I'd even compare it to the machine riser versions and see what you think, and also compare it to the turbo if you can get a shot with one, to see if you prefer the extra speed, the 350 versus the 340 feet per second. But I'm Stephen Hand from Archery Supplies, and that's the Hoyt Redworks. It's the first one we've got in our shop. We did order 3 when they first got released and only 1 got delivered. So anyway, beautiful product. The more you shoot, the better you'll shoot. And even weather like this, I don't want to shoot, but I should be shooting. So thanks for watching. Bye.